There is nothing more frustrating than knowing that you are capable of more, yet somehow feeling stuck. You set goals, make plans, and even get excited about new opportunities, but something always seems to hold you back. Hello there, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning into Mentium, the podcast that takes you on a journey to unlock the full potential of your mind. My name is Majama. I will be your host and your guide on this adventure into the fascinating realm of mindset, mental fitness, and personal growth. In each episode, I dive deep into the intricacies of the human mind, exploring the power of positive thinking, resilience, and the strategies to cultivate a mindset that propels you towards success. So buckle up for a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and transformation. Get ready to unleash the power of your mind with Mentium. What if I told you that the biggest obstacles between you and success is not external, it's internal? The truth is, most of us are not blocked by lack of opportunity or resources. We are blocked by our own mindset, limiting beliefs, fear, self-doubt, and procrastination. In today's episode of the Mentium podcast, I'm talking about breaking through mental barriers, the hidden roadblocks that keep you from achieving your full potential. I will uncover the psychology of self-sabotage, the 4 most common mental traps, and the strategies to finally get out of your own way. As we approach the launch of the Mentium Institute, this couldn't be more important, because before you can elevate yourself, you have to elevate your thinking. In other words, before you can transform your life, you must first transform the way you think. Let's get into it. Before I talk about breaking through mental barriers, let's first understand why we have them in the first place. You see, our brains are wired for comfort and survival, not for success. The moment we try to step outside our comfort zones, our subconscious mind kicks in with fear, doubt, and excuses. Have you ever thought, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? I'll start when the timing is better. This is not laziness. It's your brain trying to protect you from the unknown. It sees change as a threat, so it creates resistance in the form of procrastination. For example, imagine someone who dreams of starting a business. They have the ideas, the passion, and the skills. But instead of taking action, they spend months or even years researching, waiting for the perfect time. That's fear disguising itself as planning. This is called analysis paralysis, where overthinking becomes an excuse for inaction. So how do we overcome this? It starts with awareness. You have to recognize that your mind is working against you. Let's break down the 4 major mental barriers that hold people back and how to conquer them. Number 1, fear of failure, the number 1 dream killer. People don't fear failure itself. They fear what failure means about them. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a requirement for it. You see, you have to reframe failure as feedback. Every failure is a lesson that gets you closer to your success. So start failing fast and small. Take micro risks daily. Let's talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Before he became one of the biggest action movie stars in Hollywood, he was a bodybuilding champion with a thick Austrian accent and no acting experience. Hollywood executive told him that he will never make it. His accent was too strong, his body was too big for leading role, and his name was impossible to pronounce. Instead of accepting those limitations, Mr. Schwarzenegger used them to his advantage. His unique look and accent became his signature. He didn't just break through, he dominated the industry, starring in some of the biggest films of all time, proving that limitations are only real if we believe in them. In other words, the only limitations that we have are the ones that we impose ourselves. What's the takeaway here? What people see as your biggest weakness can actually be your greatest strength. Number 2, perfectionism, the trap of never starting. Many people delay success because they think they need to have everything figured out before they start. Perfectionism is actually procrastination in disguise. Here is something you may not have realized. Perfectionism is not just a mental roadblock. It's actually a fear response in disguise. When you tell yourself, I am a perfectionist, I like things done right, what you're really saying is, I'm afraid to fail, so I won't start until I feel 100% ready. But the truth is, readiness is just an illusion. You will never feel 100% ready because growth requires stepping into the unknown. What's the solution here? The imperfect action rule. Force yourself to take action even when it's uncomfortable. If you're waiting for the perfect time to start a business, to write a book, pursue a goal, remind yourself that every successful person started before they were ready. Number 3, imposter syndrome. The belief that you are not good enough. Even the most successful people sometimes feel like they don't belong. Imposter syndrome is fear disguised as humility, but it's just self-doubt talking. Remember that everyone starts somewhere. No one is born an expert. Shift your focus from proving yourself to improving yourself. Maya Angelou, despite being a world-renowned author, once said she feared being found out as a fraud. But she kept writing, kept growing, and left an incredible legacy. Number 4, fear of judgment, worrying about what other people think. Many people never take action because they're afraid of criticism or embarrassment. But guess what? People will judge you no matter what. So be yourself and do you. Ask yourself, will I let other people's opinion control my future? Do it scared, do it anyway. Walt Disney was fired from his first job for lack of imagination. Imagine if he had let that stop him. Would he ever build Disneyland? Now that we know the barriers, let's talk about how to rewire your mind for action. The first thing to do is to upgrade your self-talk. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it. I always say that the most important conversations are the ones that we have with ourselves. Start replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones. Try this. Every time you catch yourself saying, I can't, replace it with, I am learning how to. Number 2, take action immediately. Action is the antidote to fear. Even a tiny step forward rewires your brain to see progress. Now, I want you to take a moment and do a quick reflection exercise with me. Grab a pen and a paper, or just think about your answers. What's one goal you've been procrastinating on? Which mental barrier is holding you back? Fear of failure, perfectionism, imposter syndrome, or fear of judgment? What's one small action you can take today to push past that barrier? Write it down, say it out loud, commit to it. Because self-awareness is the first step to transformation. Number 3, surround yourself with the right people. Growth is contagious. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. This is exactly why the Mentium Institute is launching, to create an environment of growth, accountability, and support. If you are serious about breaking through mental barriers and taking control of your future, you need the right environment. A place that holds you accountable, provides mentorship, and surrounds you with people who push you to be better. That's exactly what the Mentium Institute is. It's not just a platform, it's a movement for people who are done making excuses and ready to step into their full potential. Inside the Mentium Institute, you will get expert-led courses on mindset, success, and personal development, accountability challenges to keep you on track by coaches, community of like-minded, driven individuals that will support and cheer you on. Visit Mentium.org to reserve your spot today. To wrap up today's episode, I want you to understand that breaking through mental barriers is a choice. It starts with recognizing them, challenging them, and taking action despite them. Your challenge this week is to identify one mental barrier that's been holding you back. Then take a small action today to start breaking through it. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. And please don't forget that the Mentium Institute is launching. Head on to the website for more details on how you can join a community of high achievers ready to grow together. Until next time, get out of your own way and make it happen. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. I am Majama, and this is Mentium. Peace.